friends, welcome to the Inspired Knitting Podcast. I'm your host Bobby and I am coming to you from southeastern New Brunswick, Canada. Today is Sunday, April the 13th, 2025. I would like to start off by welcoming any new viewers who may be tuning in for the very first time. Welcome, and to all my returning viewers, welcome back. This is a podcast about my knitting adventures and crochet and spinning and lots of fibery fun. So before I get started, I always like to say that I have detailed show notes in the description bar below. There's like this little down arrow about right here that you can click and it will show all the makers and designers that I talk about today. So I am on my second cup of coffee today. It is a gray, rainy day here in the Maritimes, but at least it's a little bit mild, so I'm okay with that. We've had 2 spring snowstorms, which is a little depressing for me. I love the sun. I love sitting outside. I have been able to sit outside with my knitting, so that does make me very happy, but I am just ready for winter to be over so I can sit outside with my puppy and just do all the crafting and enjoy the outside and the sunshine, because I really need some sunshine. Yeah, I definitely have the winter blues going on over here. But all that to say, I got my coffee and I thought I would sit down with you guys today. I had some quiet time and I wanted to share what I have been working on. I have a couple finished objects that I would like to share today and show you my works in progress, which not that you guys should be surprised by, but mostly it's socks, but it's not all socks. And I have one thing for stash acquisition. So yeah, let's get started. Cheers. All right, so first thing I'm going to start off with is finished objects. I have a finished pair of socks, and these socks, I went on my Ravelry and it turns out that I started these socks in June of 2024, so almost a year it took me to finish these socks, which is really sad, guys, but they just kept, it's not that I don't love them, it's just that new shiny things happen, and the way that my ADHD works is when I want to cast something new on, I cast it on, and then something old gets pushed aside, which is bad. It's very bad, but it happens. And unfortunately it happened to this pair of socks, but they are now finished. This is Indigo Dragonfly in her I think it's called Cleaning the Tidal Pool. I got it at my local yarn store, Gobsmacked Yarn in Sackville, New Brunswick, and it is really pretty. And here's the second one, and I really loved how it was doing this almost stripy effect, but it definitely did not do that on the second sock, which the second sock has got a lot more pooling, just like the foot does, but that's okay. Can you guys hear Blue? Yeah, my baby. So yeah, they are done. Indigo Dragonfly, just a basic pair of vanilla socks, 2x2 ribbing for the cuff. I did about 20 rows. I do about 50 rows for the leg, and my basic slip stitch, heel flap and gusset. I think this is a wedge toe, rounded toe. I honestly don't even really know. I just do a basic decrease. I decrease and then I do a plain knit row, decrease, do a plain knit row down to, so I don't know, I think it's a rounded toe, I'm not sure, but yeah, there's my socks. I love them, they're awesome. So I have those finished, and then the next pair, I'm pretty sure I showed yeah, I did. I know I showed these as a work in progress. I finished my Knit Picks Felici, and this is in the Material Girl colorway, which is an old colorway, so it is not part of the newer collection, but these were a lot of fun too. And just same thing, basic vanilla sock. I always, I think I did I might have done 25 rows for this one, but for the ribbing. But to do the edges, if I start at the new color, I do one plain row of knitting and then I start back into my ribbing again. It just gives you that crisper, cleaner look. And yeah, they are done as well. I always do 64 stitches for the cuff, and then I decrease down to 56 for the leg and the rest of the foot, just so that it gives me that little extra room in my leg area, but it is more snugger on my foot, which I really prefer. So those are then done as well. So that's it for the socks that I finished. Going through this a bit quicker than I thought. The next thing that I've been working on is kind of market stuff. So I go to the Sackville market every once in a while, and so I do sell some of my knitted socks, but I also sell face scrubbies and dishcloths and stuff like that. So I've been trying to work up my dishcloth and my face scrubby collection. So I think I shared this pattern before. I will put the designer's name across here, but it is just a basic face scrubby. It is crocheted, it is not knitted. And it's got this really cute puff stitch. The only thing is I modified the last row. Instead of doing like a, I'm not even gonna say it because it is a paid for pattern, but I modified the outside edge to do my own little thing. But I made 3 of these. This is just Burnett Handicrafter cotton. I don't know what the colorway name is, but it's just a really pretty earthy green. So I made 3 of those. And then this morning while I was having my coffee, I decided to pull out another cotton from my stash. And this one is Loops and Threads. And this is their classic cotton. And it is in the, oh boy, Patriot Ombre. And out of that skein, I managed to get a dishcloth. Sorry, it's a little. So this dishcloth is knitted. This is Grandma's Favorite Dishcloth by PJ Allen. It is a free Ravelry download. Very awesome. It starts off at the tip. You increase, do some plain rows, and then you decrease back down so it's knit on the bias. Really fun to do. And I chose the no holes option, so along here there is no holes. There is a holes option, so it's got these really cute eyelets that would separate the border from the main body of the dishcloth. I do it sometimes. It's not hard. It's just a simple yarn over. It's a free pattern, so I'm not giving anything away, but I just kind of like the look of the no holes option, so that's what I chose to do. So I knit this during my morning coffee, so it doesn't take long to do. And because I have been trying to work hard at using up my scraps in my stash, I decided to make some face scrubbies out of the leftovers. So I got this really cute scale. It's about that big. Kay from the Crazy Sock Lady, she has shown it several times and she has it linked in her Amazon storefront. There is a Canadian version that you can purchase. Her link takes you to the American Amazon, but there is a Canadian version that you can buy as well. So I purchased one, and I have a basic kitchen scale that I've been using. But this little thing, I just keep it in my workspace, which is my kitchen table. And it just sits there, and it doesn't take up much room at all. It's got this little pedestal that you can put on top, and it's just perfect. It can go up to 300 grams, or there's a second scale just like it that you can buy that will go up to 1,000 grams. I have the one that goes up to 300. I didn't need anything bigger than that. But it is so perfect because I was able to weigh. I did this one first. So this is the same as the green ones that I showed you, the face scrubby. And I weighed this one out, and it was 7 grams. And then I weighed the rest of my yarn, and I was able to get 3 out of the rest of the ball. So out of 1 ball of cotton, I got a dishcloth and 3 face scrubbies, which is really awesome. So I really love that little kitchen scale because it, well, it's not a kitchen scale, it's just a little scale. But I really love it because if I would have looked at the ball, I would have second guessed casting another one on because I hate ripping back. But yeah, I was able to get 3, and that makes me super happy. I ended up using all but 2 grams of my yarn, and yeah, I used up the whole ball pretty much. So that makes me super, super happy. So again, these are the same face scrubbies as the green ones, which I will have linked below. The pattern for the face scrubbies does come with a mesh bag as well that you could put like a bar of soap in, or if you have face creams, something like that. So yeah. Also, just a quick note, if you are local to the Sackville area, do check out the Sackville Market. Just by body bath. Her name is Cheryl. She has a booth. Now, she won't be there on April 19th. She will be doing the Moncton Market, but she is usually there every Saturday from 9 till 12 noon. And she has some of my face scrubbies there as well at her booth. And if you want any natural products, you do need to check her out. I'm just going to reach here. I have her moisturizing lotion, Just by Nature. And I absolutely love it. Come on. Are we going to focus? Still having problems with the focusing. But I absolutely love it, and I love the smell. She uses all natural products, so there's no perfumes. I am very sensitive to perfumes and stuff like that, so I absolutely love her products, and I love working with other local artists. So if you are local to Sackville or you're in Moncton area, do check out the Mom Market happening on April the 19th because Cheryl will be there. So check out her products. She doesn't only have moisturizers, she has soaps, and she has lip balm. I love her lip balm as well. So do check her out. She is an amazing lady. So that was the face scrubbies and the dishcloth. So that's all I have for finished objects. It is a lot. 2 pairs of socks is actually quite a bit. It just feels like I don't have that much, but I have a lot of works in progress to share with you guys. I've been I wouldn't say I've been cast on crazy. I did cast on a couple new things, but I've been kind of putting love into a little bit of everything. So I think that's kind of why I don't have a lot of finished objects to share. More coffee. So now I'm going to move on into works in progress. So I'm just going to pick from the pile and we'll see what happens. So the first thing that I have picked up here is, ta-da, a pair of socks. So this is one of the newer cast-ons. I decided to cast on my Nicole C. Mendez in her Night Bus colorway, which is a Harry Potter themed. So it's on her soft sock, which is 80% virgin wool, extra fine merino, 20% nylon, 437 yards. And I'll just show you the yarn first. Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. I couldn't resist. So this is sock 1. So this is what I have worked up so far. Just a basic vanilla sock, nothing fancy. And I have it to my heel flap here. So I'm just gonna start doing my gusset decreases. This one has been a lot of fun. I really love this colorway. Really love it. And I have a sweet little house charm that I got from Lichen and Lace. I just thought it was, I had it on the kitchen table and I thought it was perfect. So yeah, I have that so far. This one I've kind of been gravitating towards a lot, but I had put it aside because I had my Knit Picks Felici so close, and then my my Indigo Dragonfly was so close to being done as well, so I just pushed to get those off the needles. So this one kind of took a back seat, which is fine. So I have that one, and then just going through my pile here. That reminds me, I need to pull out another skein that I got as an acquisition. This is another new cast on, because one doesn't finish a pair of socks and not want to cast on another pair right away instead of finishing other things. So I went into my stash and I pulled out Rose Hill yarns. This is on her fingering weight, 463 yards, and it came with a 20-gram mini. And this was one of her club colorways from August of 2024. It is August, it's not going to show up, August Lemesino porcelain. And I will show you the yarn first. Isn't that gorgeous? This one has been staring at me for a while, so I decided to pull it out. And it comes with this beautiful blue as the 20-gram mini. So for this one, I am also at the heel. Get my yarn back in here. Get it untangled. So here's what I have so far. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, I love it. And I'm actually at the same spot. I did the heel flap and I am at the gusset decreases at the moment. It's so awesome. So yeah, mostly I knit these while I'm watching something on the TV. I just need plain mindless knitting, although all that to say I kind of need plain knitting all the time, but I guess that's the reason I tend to knit on the legs or the foots and just leave the heels for in the morning, like when I'm having my coffee and I feel like I can concentrate better. But it was funny because I got to a point where I had like 4 pairs of socks on the go and they were all at the heels, so I had no choice but to do them because they were all at the same point, the heel. It's not that the heel is hard, it's just that you kind of have to concentrate on it, and apparently my brain didn't want to concentrate on anything. But there is that sock, and I still have my 80s gnome socks going, and I should have kept a blocker, but that's okay. No, I'll just show it this way. So I do have one sock done. I have showed these before. So this is Area 51 Fibers in her 80s gnome colorway. And the contrast cuff in the heel is Gobsmacked Yarns. And then the toe, I always get nervous because I do like a longer cuff. Now I only did 20 rows, so I should be fine, but I need to measure the yarns instead of just guessing. But I wanted to do the contrast for the cuff and the heel. So I decided to do a contrast toe as well. So I cannot tell you what this yarn is. This is just a pink mini that has some silver stellina in it that was in my stash. I weighed it out first and there was like 30 grams of it left, so that's more than enough to do 2 toes. So I decided to do that. I didn't want to take a chance on doing the self-striping because I only got a 50-gram mini, or a 50-gram skein. So I didn't want to take that chance of running out. So I thought I would do a contrasting toe, and I like it. I think it's cute. So I got that done, and I was kind of pushing to get the second one done, but it just didn't happen. So I got that far. I decided not to push because knitting should not be pushed. Knitting is supposed to be your relaxation and your fun. So I just let it be. And yeah, this is what I have of the second sock so far. And it is pretty awesome. I really love this colorway. So just quickly, I'll show you the tags. So the contrast cuff and the heel are Gobsmacked Yarns. This is on her BFL Nylon Sock Mini, which is 80% superwash BFL, 20% nylon, and I don't think it doesn't have a colorway name on it. And then the self-striping part is Area 51 Fibers. This is on her Sturdy Alien base, which is fingering, and it is an 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon in the 80s gnome. So maybe if I hold it back further, it's not gonna blur out so much. I'm still getting used to this camera, guys. I apologize. So yeah, there's that pair of socks. I think I want to work on these ones today. Okay, so I'm gonna just continue on with the sock roll, which this one I literally just started last night. I had a sock in progress that was it was actually like a textured pattern. Nothing wrong with the pattern at all. It's just I was having some laddering issues because I do knit on magic loop, so I wasn't enjoying that, so I ended up pulling it back, and I just decided to cast on a vanilla sock. It's just how it is. My brain is not really wanting texture work right now. It just wants vanilla, so it is what it is. So I have it housed in a new project bag that I actually just made yesterday as well. I think this is another reason too. A lot of my time the last week or so has been at my sewing machine. I think it's okay to announce it so far. I haven't posted anything on my social media, But coming up in June, the Atlantic Yarn and Fiber is having a yarn festival in Shediac, New Brunswick, and I am an official member. A vendor, I should say, not member, but a vendor, and I will be there with my project bags. So I have been at my sewing machine and I've been having fun putting fabrics together and doing all the things. So that has taken my time away from my knitting a little bit, but it's really nice to be at my sewing machine as well and doing a different craft. So yeah, that is something to look forward to. You can check out Atlantic Yarn and Fiber over on Instagram. If I remember, I will post the link. There hasn't been an official list of vendors yet for the show, but I am excited. I know that Megan of Lichen and Lace is going to be there, and that makes me so excited. I really love her just because she's local. But yeah, I'm super excited to see what other vendors are going to be at the show as well. And I'm very blessed that I was able to get a spot at the show too. This will be my first official show, and I'm really excited, but I'm also pretty nervous as well. So yeah, but more excited than nervous. Anyways, off track here. I decided to pull out the textured sock and cast on a vanilla. So I went into my stash and I already had this one caked up. This is the Northern Pearl, which is my Nomi Angel. And this colorway, I don't have the tag for anymore, unfortunately. But I believe this was part of Yarn Store Day 2021, I believe. But, oh, it's so pretty. And this is another one that kept staring at me. So I decided to cast it on. Now, I wasn't able to get too far with it. I got tired pretty quick last night. But this is what I have worked up so far. Just the startings of a cuff. 2x2 ribbing. I'll probably go for 20-25 rounds. And these are for me. Nobody's getting these ones. These are mine. So I have those started. I think they're going to be very, very pretty. And I believe her base was an 80-20, I think. I always hoard Angel's yarns, but they deserve to be loved and used. So I pulled that one out and I'm super happy with how it's working up so far. Okay. So I'm pretty certain that's it for the socks. I'm still working on my scrappy socks, the Full Moon's fiber mini set. I'm still working on those. I am on the second sock. Come to think of it, I probably should have brought it because I don't think I had started the second sock and I'm already down to the heel on it. But that's okay. I'll show that next time. Okay. So I did decide to bring along my 2x2 hat, which is a free pattern on Ravelry. I will try to remember to put the name across here, or it will definitely be linked below. I did a green one the last time I podcasted, and I just pulled stitches off my needles. 1 second. Okay. So this one is purple, not blue, but that's okay. So yeah, it's just a 2x2 ribbed hat. You can knit it to, I think there's 2 different lengths. There's an adult medium and adult large, I think, in the pattern. I think last time I knit the adult large and it fit me perfectly. This one here, I don't know. I think I might do the adult medium this time, but I'm just having fun with it. It sits at my kitchen table, and this has now kind of moved its way into 30 minutes of knitting just so I can get it done. I had this, literally had just started it last podcast, so it's been on the needles for at least 2 weeks, so I kind of moved it into 30 minutes of knitting in the morning. I'm using Sirdar Snuggly DK. I think the pattern calls for worsted, but I'm using a DK. And like I said, it is purple. It is not blue. I don't know why my camera is doing that, but oh well. So I got that going, and I got a cute little stitch marker here. This is Ocean Loot Studios. She's out in Calgary, I believe. Pretty cute. So I have that going as well. I did bring my Find Your Fade shawl, but I'm not going to show it because I really didn't work on it. It kind of took a little walk, as we call it. We have been doing a little bit of rearranging, and it kind of disappeared on me and I couldn't find it. And I got desperate for a little bit because I really love this shawl and I've been wanting to work on this shawl, and I couldn't find it, and I was so afraid that it got lost. Well, it was found this morning, so now I can get back to work on it and get some progress. I'm just not going to show it because I don't think it saw progress since the last time we talked, so I'm not going to bother showing that today. But yeah, it took a little walk in the park. Luckily it came back. Okay, so what else do we have here? All right, I think the last thing that I'm going to share with you guys is my Jellyroll blanket. And this is a pattern by Kay Jones of the Bakery Bears. And I don't remember what I was even working on the last time I shared. I think I shared the whole blanket with you, so I'm not going to show that today. It is pretty large at this point. It's not even, I would say it's about halfway done. It's just that the length that I am making the strips is for like my double bed. So it's pretty big. It's just that it's got to grow at least by double width-wise, or maybe even more. So I don't have it to share, but if you go back a couple episodes, I believe you will see it. So these are the last 3 minis of my Lichen and Lace 2024 Advent. So I got 24, was it? Yes. 24 20-gram minis, or 23 20-gram minis. Can't remember. They all went into the Jellyroll blanket, and these are the last 3. I got the last one in last night, and I absolutely adore it. It is fingering weight held double. I believe the pattern is fingering weight. I can't remember, but it's fingering weight pattern, but I am holding fingering weight double. And I went off of the numbers to cast on from Kay of Crazy Sock Lady. I think she casted on like 16 or 18 stitches, so that's what I've done. And you can go any length with the strip, so I didn't want there to be any leftovers. So this is a whole 20-gram mini, held double, fingering held double. So it's pretty long. Now that I have these in, I have my bag set up here with a bunch of just scraps and minis. So I just pulled out some random ones, and apparently I have needle tips in here, but I just have some random ones. So this one's really small, so I would hold that double, so that's not going to be a very long strip, but it doesn't matter. I think I want to put this one in next. This is Ginger Snap, one of their mini snaps. So yeah, and I got this bag, Ziploc bag with some random ones in it. So I'll be working off of those now to put into my Jellyroll. So I've talked about this before as well. My biggest modification to the blanket is that I'm just doing the strips and then crocheting them together. In the pattern, you would do one strip and then start knitting your second strip and adding it on, like joining it as you go. That is my biggest modification. I am not doing that just because I find it a bit too fiddly, and I was afraid if I had done it that way that I wouldn't have continued working on it. And this way I am working on it. I'm enjoying it very, very much. It's just plain garter, which I love, and it's so squishy. And at the end, when it comes to join it, like the crochet join, it does look a little bit different, for sure. You kind of lose some of the effect. Like the knitted join as you go is, to me, a lot cleaner, I suppose, but to me it doesn't matter. The front still looks really clean and pretty, and the back has got the crocheted edge, which I actually love too. I am going to border it with a crocheted border, so it should tie in all together in the end. So I'm perfectly fine with it. At least I will have a gorgeous blanket, a memories blanket of sorts, and I will enjoy it very much. So I'm okay with that little modification. So that was the Jellyroll blanket by Kay Jones. And yeah, that's pretty much what I have been working on. I have done a little bit more spinning, just a little bit, but again, I did not bring it with me today, so maybe next time I will remember to bring that along as well and show it to you guys. So yeah, I am going to pause the video just very shortly to grab the other stash acquisition that I forgot, and I will be back. If you are not interested in stash acquisition, thank you for joining me today and taking your time out to watch and knit or crochet along with me. And I will see you again very soon. But if you are interested, just stay tuned and I will be right back. Okay, we're back. I just realized that I actually finished another pair of socks. So I will, if I remember, I'll insert a picture here, but I will definitely show them, if I remember, on the next episode. But I finished my column socks by Nancy Wheeler of Knit Sip Happy. I did them in worsted weight. I just adapted the pattern for worsted weight. The yarn was Barocco Vintage, and the colorway name is on my Ravelry. I just realized it as I was grabbing this skeiny yarn. So if I remember next time, I will definitely show them as a finished object. So I did finish another pair of socks. It just dawned on me. Okay, so the first thing I have for stash acquisition is I think the last episode I was fawning over a Lichen and Lace colorway. It's part of her sock, one of her sock subscriptions. Can't talk now. It's part of her sock subscription. Okay, we're gonna stop. And I think after the subscription has been delivered to those that are subscribed, then the following month we can purchase them. Like, she shows what it looks like and we can purchase them. I believe that's how it goes. I'm not quite sure. So if this is still available, I'm not 100% sure, but Lichen and Lace, and this is in her Black Orchid, or Black Tulip, sorry, Black Tulip colorway. And when I saw this, I was just, oh my gosh. If I could have afforded it, I would have loved to have bought this on mohair and made probably a sweater, because that is just so gorgeous. I love that hot pink. Oh, it's so pretty. This will be a pair of socks, no surprise. I was going to cast these on as my new pair of socks, but I already had my Northern Pearl already caked up, and I've been wanting to use that. So these will probably be on the docket next. But these are 80/20 sock, 80% machine washable organic merino, 20% recycled nylon, 365 yards in the black tulip colorway. So pretty. And then the reason I thought about my finished pair of socks is I had to take a visit, such a terrible thing, to 3 Bags Full in Thorium in Moncton, New Brunswick, to pick up another skein of Barocco because I had ran out. I decided to do the cuff and the leg just a little bit too long and I ran out of yarn. I literally was at the toe of the second sock and I ran out of yarn. So I had to buy another skein. So I went to 3 Bags Full, and of course I cannot go out of there without buying hand-dyed yarn. So this is Nerds with Needles, and it is Nova Scotia local. And this is on there 84% extra fine superwash merino, 16% stellina. And does it have, I think that's the name there maybe? Ohana? Not sure. But it's a gold stellina and I absolutely adore a gold stellina. Oh, it's so pretty, guys. So my original plan was socks, but it doesn't have nylon, which that makes me nervous. So I don't know. What should I do with this? Maybe a 1 skein scarf, shawl? Do you think that would be pretty? I think it would. It's got the stellina. I guess we'll see what happens. But it's really pretty. I love it. So I had to get that one. Gold stellina. It just... I love silver stellina, but anything with gold stellina, it just gets me every time. I love it. So that is all I have for today. I have been a pretty good girl. That's only 2 skeins. The third one, I'm not counting the Barocco because that was for the pair of socks to finish, and they are market socks, so that's my justification. But I have been very good. So anyways, guys, that is pretty much it for today. Thank you for joining me. As always, I will have description notes down below for you to check out, and I will hopefully see you guys again in 2 weeks' time. So until then, have a good one and happy crafting. Bye.